was looking out at my school from the window of my car, looking at the familiar and wishing, that I could do something to keep it like that where I was in the school. Everything was fine. But I was in my new reality that I would have to go on living, without my dad. My name is Sharon Schwertly, and I'm on the media production team for Soldiers for Faith Ministries. I have pretty much the basic family. I had one older brother, and my mom and dad, of course, and my parents were both heavily involved in church. My mom taught Sunday school, my dad was a deacon, and my brother and I were kind of like the typical siblings where we loved each other, but we fought a lot too. We grew up in the same yellow house on the corner that we've always lived in. So I was in 7th or 8th grade, and I was in my English class, and the phone rang. And it was from me, and I was getting a call to go to the office. And I couldn't figure out why, but I think I remembered that I had a doctor's appointment that day. So I was getting out of my English class, which was really great, and I was walking down to the office, and I saw my mom in there. But something about her looked different today. She was stone cold, sitting in the office, and when I walked up to her, she didn't say a word to me. We just walked out, and the whole walk out to the car was completely quiet, silence. And we get into the car, and eventually I ask her, Mom, did someone die? And all she could say was yes. And so I thought immediately, was it Grandpa? She said no. And I knew. And I said, was it Dad? And she couldn't even answer, and that moment everything changed. There was a night where I was coming up the stairs. I was going to go to bed, and as I was going up the stairs, the door to my mom's room was cracked open, and I just happened to look in, and I saw her on her knees praying like she always has. She has a spot on, she has a little rug on her carpet already, and every night she'd kneel down there and she'd pray. And this time though, all I could do was just stand and watch her, because she was still praying. And there was something that hit me, even as a kid, that was like, why? She has all the right to be angry, to forget this whole thing. She served God her whole life, and this happens. And there she was, still praying. And it just hit me like, if this is faith, I want it. And that was the moment that God became real for me. I think the biggest thing I've learned is that as a Christ follower, as someone who's dedicated their life to Jesus Christ, you're not exempt from pain. It's almost promised. So when tragedy like that hits you, it's not like this get out of jail free card where it's like, I believe in God, this shouldn't touch me. But the fact is that when stuff like that happens, you have an undeniable peace and a good Father who's going to be there and see your pain and say that I can use this and I can do something with this, and what the world meant for evil for you, I'm going to take it and use it for good. And that kind of experience here on earth, where it's an imperfect world and stuff like that is going to happen, knowing God and seeing Him intimately work in your life like that is almost more valuable than being exempt from any type of